Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 2 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 2 and click on view all lessons, right? So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter counting and number patterns. And the lessons we're going to cover from the chapter are skip counting, skip counting sequences, and counting patterns up to 100, right? So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So let's just start with the first lesson from the chapter, that is skip counting. So first we are going to see what is the skip counting, right? So just listen to me carefully. I'm going to explain what is the skip counting, right? You can even note down the definition. I'm going to write the definition of the skip counting on the board. So skip counting is a method of counting numbers. Skip counting is a method of counting numbers by skipping a fixed number, right? Like every time you're skipping a fixed number to get the next number, right? In accordance with the preceding number, right? If you want to get the next number, you have to skip the fixed number every time, right? Preceding number means for the next number, right? You can note down the definition. That is very important definition. You have to understand from the definition, right? So let's just do a simple example, right? How do we do a simple example? For example, you have numbers 4, 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14. That is skip counting, right? Every time I skip 2, for the next number I skip 2, right? For example, you have 14. So for the next number you have to skip. Either you can add like 14 plus 2, 16, 16 plus 2, 18, right? So the fixed number I am skipping every time just because I can find the next number, right? So how do we work on the skip countings? Because we need to know the patterns. We can learn even division and multiplication from the patterns, right? So let's just do some of the examples for the patterns for the skip counting. Are you done with definition? Okay. So let me just start with the examples. If you have any question and if you already know the answers, you can even write down the answers in the chat box. Your participation is highly appreciated. So, okay, let's just start with the examples. We have to skip counting by 5. That is the skip counting by 5, right? The number you have to skip every time is 5, right? The first number is 5. The next number is 5 plus 5, 10, right? For the next number, you have to add 5, right? Then 10 plus 5, 15. Then 15 plus 5, 20, right? So every time you skip 5 to get the next number, 20 plus 5, 25, right? You don't have the numbers in between 20 and 25. Then 30, that is the skip counting by 5, right? Let's just do another one. You have to skip counting by 3. How do you skip counting by 3? You have to start with 3. For each next number, you have to add 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 3, 15. 15 plus 3, 18. And you can even count other numbers also, right? If you have any question, you can just write down the questions in the chat box. Otherwise, you have to answer the question I'm going to ask the next one, right? So let's see who is going to answer. You have to skip counting by 10. What are the numbers then if you skip counting by 10? It's okay if you are late. We are just working on the skip counting. So what is skip counting? Skip counting is a technique in which you skip same numbers every time to get the next number, right? So anyone who is going to answer what is skip counting by 10? So start with 10, and for each next number you have to add 10, right? The next one is 10 plus 10, 20, right? 20 plus 10, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. 40 plus 10, 50. So to proceed to next number, you have to skip 10 numbers, right? Between 40 and 50, you skip 10 numbers. Then you have 50 to 60, you skip 10 numbers, right? This is known as skip counting, right? Now let's just go to A plus, find the examples, and let's just do examples on the A plus. Okay, here I'm on grade 2 math. The chapter we're working on is counting and number patterns. Let's just start with the lesson skip counting. Okay, how many rings are there? Count by twos, right? So here you have to count the rings by 2, right? You made a group of two rings. You have to count them by 2. So 2, 4, skip 6, right? That means there are total 6 rings, right? Then the next one is, let's start with 10 test questions. Okay, how many shovels are there? Count by tens. You have to count by tens. So which is the correct option? You have 3 groups. You have to count by 10. So which is the correct option? You have to count them by 10, right? That means the first one is 10. The next one is 10 plus 10. 20 it is. And the third one is 20 plus 10. 30 it is. That means the total shovels are 30. The correct option is 30. Right? So the correct option is 30. Okay, how many keys are there? Count by 5. So which is the correct option? Yes, when you count by 5, very good. There are 15 keys, right? 5, 10, and 15. So the correct option is 50. It's okay if you are late. Can I explain, or if you got the concept what we're working on? Okay, how many helicopters are there? You have to count by 5. So how many helicopters? You have to count by 5. So which is the correct option? Yes, again there are 15 helicopters because you have just 3 groups, so they are 15. The correct option is 15. Okay, how many ice skates are there? You have to count by twos. Like when you're counting by a specific number, you don't have to count rest other numbers, like, right? You just do like 2, 2, 4, 6. Otherwise, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You skip the other numbers. You skip 1, you skip 3, you skip 5, right? So that is the reason you can say this is a skip down counting. Yes, very good. The correct option is 6. How many cows are there? Count by fives. So which is the correct option? Yes, you have just two group of the cows. You have to count by 5. So which option is the correct one? Yes, very good. There are 10. The correct option is 10. How many tomatoes are there? Count by fives. So which is the correct option? You have to start counting by 5, and every time you have to skip 5, right? The easy way is you can add 5 every time, right? 5 plus 5 makes 10. 10 plus 5 makes 15. 15 plus 5 makes 20, and 20 plus 5 makes 25. That means the total tomatoes are 25 tomatoes, right? Very good. The correct option is 25. How many elephants are there? Count by twos, which is the correct option. You have to count by twos. So there are 2, 4, and 6 elephants. Very good. There are 6 elephants, right? How many ribbons are there? Count by twos, which is the correct option. Yes, there are 2, 4, 6, and very good. There are 8 ribbons. The correct option is 8. How many ping pong paddles are there? Count by twos. So, which is the correct option? There are, yes, just 4 ping pong paddles, right? The correct option is 4. How many chocolates are there? Count by tens. So which is the correct option? 10, 20, 30, 40, and yes, 50. That means there are 50 chocolates. The correct option is 50, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. So you can complete the test by yourself later today or before the next session, right? So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? Okay, the next lesson is skip counting sequences, right? Now we already know what is skip counting, right? We already know what is skip counting. Now we're going to learn how do we work on the skip counting sequences, right? If you are given the sequences, how do we work on the sequences, right? Let's just start with a small example. Okay, the example is you are given a sequence, right? The sequence is 10, 20, a missing number 40 and 50. You have to find the missing number, right? How do you find the missing number? First of all, you have to see how the skip counting pattern is increasing, right? Right, what number you are skipping every time. So how do you know what number you are going to skip every time? You can see 10, 20, 40, 50. Each next number is 10 more than the previous number, right? 10 plus 10 is 12, 20, sorry, and 40 plus 10 is 50. Yes, very good. The missing number is 30 because the pattern grows by 10 every time. So for the missing number, you can add 10, so that makes 30, right? Okay, let's just do another example. This is known as skip counting sequences. The basic thing is you are skip counting, you have to look for the pattern, right? Okay, the next one is 45, 50, missing number 60, 65, 70. Okay, what number is missing? How do you know? What number is missing from the pattern? The number that is missing in the pattern is very good. That is 55. How do you know how the pattern is increasing? The pattern is increasing by 5, right? 45 plus 5 is 50. 60 plus 5 is 65. That means for each next number you have to add 5. So you can add 5 to 50, that makes 55. That's how you know the missing numbers, right? Okay, let's just do another example. The example is 3, 9, 12, 18, 21. Okay, so which number is missing in the sequence? This is known as a sequence, right? Because you skip scheme same number every time. So that is a sequence of numbers, right? Which number is missing? Very good. The missing number is 15. How do you know? That is a skip counting by 3. For each next number, you have to add 3, right? So when you add 3 to 15, 3 to 12, that makes 15. So the correct option is 15, right? Okay, let's just start. Let's just go to A plus and find the practice questions there. Okay, skip counting sequences. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence 38, 40, 42, 44, 46. So which number is missing in the sequence and how do you know what is the skip counting? What number you are skip counting? The missing number is very good 48. And how do you know? Because the pattern, the numbers, every time you skip 2, right? 38 plus 2 is 40, 40 plus 2 is 42, and 42 plus 2 is 44. So for the missing number, you have to add 2 to 46. Very good, it is 48. The correct option is 48. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? The missing number is very good 70. So how do you know? Because the pattern is growing by 10 every time. For each next number, you have to add 10. So you add 10 to 60, that makes 70. Very good. The correct option is 70. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? The missing number is 20. Very good. Because the pattern is growing by 10 every time, so the missing number is 20. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? Yes, the missing number is 70. The pattern is growing by 10 every time, right? So the correct option is 70. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? The correct option is the pattern is growing by 2 every time. So you have to add 2 to 48. So 40, yes, 48 plus 2 makes 50. That means the missing number is 50, right? Type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 30. Every time you are adding 2 to get the next number, so it would be 30. Okay, type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is very good, 55. The pattern is growing by 5 every time, so it is 55. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 60. You're the counting every time you skip by 10, it is 60. Type the missing number in the sequence 20, 30, 40, and the missing number then 60. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 50. The pattern is growing by 10 every time, so it is 50. Type the missing number in the sequence. So which number is missing? Yes, It is, yes, 22. So you have to find a number before 24. So that means you have to subtract 2, right? So it is 22. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just start with the next lesson. The next lesson is counting patterns up to 100. So we have already learned what are the patterns and how they works now, right? So let's just see how do we make the patterns, right? For example, you are given count forward by twos from 6, right? Let's just understand this pattern. You have to count forward. Forward means you have to add every time. Backward means you have to go back, and for backward you have to subtract by twos, right? Every time you skip 2, you have to start from 6. That means the first number of the pattern is 6, and for the next you have to skip 2. So that would be 8, 10, 12, 14, and so on, right? That's how you have to make the patterns. Let's just do another example. Okay, count forward by 4s and start from 4, right? So you have to start from 4 and you have to count forward. Count forward means for each next number you have to add, right? 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20, right? That's how you make the patterns. Let's just go to the lesson and do some of the practice questions. Okay, count forward by fives. Start from 45. So which is the correct option? The first number must be 45, right? Then you have to skip counting by 5. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1. Yes, 50, 55, and 60. For each next number you have to add 5. Okay, count forward by twos from 48. So which is the correct option? You have to start with 48. For each next number you have to add 2. Yes, the correct option is option number 1. You have to add 2. So 48 plus 2 is 50. Then you have 52, 54. Yes, the correct option is option number 1. Count forward by 60. Count forward by tens from 60. So which is the correct option? The correct option is, yes, again, that's option number 1. They are 70, 80, and 90. Very good. Count forward by threes by 57. So, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is you have to add 3 every time. So 57 plus 3 is 60. Yes, again, that's option number 1. I think for all the questions, the correct option is option number 1. You don't have to worry about the answers. I think so. Count forward by fours from 72. So which is the correct option? 72 plus 4 is 76. Yes, again, that's option number 1. Count forward by tens from 10. So which is the correct option? Yes, it is. But this is not the option number 1. Yes, that's the last one, 20, 30, and 40. Count forward by fives from 75. So which is the correct option? Yes, you have to start with 75. So that would be option number 3. Very good. 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. Count forward by threes from 78. So you have to start with 78 and you have to count forward by threes. So which is the correct option? 78 plus 3 is 81. That would be option number 2, 81, 84, and 87, right? Count forward by twos from 54. So which is the correct option? Yes, that would be option number 3, 56, 58, 60, 62, and 64. Count forward by fives from 40. So, which is the correct option? You have to start from 5. You have to, no, you have to start from 40 and you have to move forward 5 every time. So, which is the correct option? 3. That would be option number 1. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and 65, right? Okay, you can complete the rest of the questions by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 2 math. The chapter we're working on is counting and number patterns. And the lessons we have covered today are skip counting, skip counting sequences, and counting patterns numbers up to 100. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That's your homework to complete all the practice questions, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any questions, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.